Hello everyone and welcome to Nancy's Magic Touch and DIYs. In today's video, I am going to share with you I transformed 3 thrift store items into beauties. So without any further ado guys, just grab a nice warm cup of tea and let's get started.
I have these two old mirrors. They're very outdated. So I am going to try to repurpose them and give them a different look. So I'm just going to take these dry flowers that are on the side. I'm going to take them off. And now I'm going to try to take these mirrors off. There's little pegs on the back. They're barely holding on, so that's good. That was easy peasy. And I'm going to take each mirror out. I'm going to take these two little metal pieces that are inside the little candle holder. And once I'm done with that, I'm taking a sanding sponge and I'm going to sand both pieces. I just realized that these little candle holders are actually just screwed on. So I'm going to go ahead and take them completely out. And now I'm going to sand that area as well. Now I'm going to take a rag and I am going to get rid of all that dust. Now I am going to kind of whitewash or lightly paint the two pieces with some Rust-Oleum chalk paint in white linen. And like I said, I'm only going to do this lightly. I'm going to take some paint off my brush if need be so that I don't overdo it. Now that my pieces are all whitewashed and dried, I am going to put the little candle holders with the little metal thing back in place. I'm going to screw that back on. And I went ahead and give the two mirrors a really good wash. And now I am going to reuse the same pegs and put them back in place. Now I'm going to use some Planters sponge and some fake greeneries, but I am going to cut a small piece. So how I'm going to do that is take the little metal piece that's inside my candle holder and shove that in to create a circle the same size, and then cut around it. And now I am going to simply push that all the way in and remove any excess if need be. Now I'm going to take some of this greenery apart, and I am going to put that inside the little candle holder. And these little wall mirrors turned out really cute. I love the new fresh farmhouse look that they have. And these are suitable for any area in a home. I found this cute little chair in my local thrift store, and I fell in love with it. I had to have it. So now I am going to give it a new look. The first thing I'm doing is giving this chair a little light sanding with my sponge, my sanding sponge. These sanding sponge are really good to work with. I really like them. They come in different grits. This one is just a light grit, and they make it very easy to go like around corners, around rounded edge, in small areas, small pieces, in between. Now I'm going to give the chair a really good wipe to get rid of all the dust. Now, like the previous project, all I'm doing here is give this chair a very light whitewash with, again, the Rust-Oleum chalk paint in white linen. So I'm going to go ahead and whitewash this whole chair. And this is what it looks like with the chair all whitewash, but I'm going to do an extra step. I'm going to take some black paint that I have and a small brush, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint all the hardware in this chair. So every bit of screws, any kind of hardware detail, I'm going to give 2 coats of black paint. And this is the result with all the hardware painted. I love this little chair. So this little chair is now being used in an entrance with just a simple little fake planter on top of it. And I'm really in love with the result. I found this piece at my local thrift store. This is actually a very old ashtray holder. Used to have a really thick glass ashtray in it with some kind of a metal handle on top. So what I'm doing with this, I'm taking 120 grit sandpaper and I'm giving this piece a good sanding all over. I'm going to use this chip rock filler, crack filler you call it, I guess. I don't have any wood filling on hand right now, but that's okay. These are very small hole and this will do the trick. So I'm going to apply this, let it dry, reapply another coat, and then sand it. Now that the 2 coats of the filling is dried, I am going to sand all the extra stuff off of it. Now I'm giving a good wipe to get rid of all the dust. Now I'm taking again my white linen chalk paint in the brand Rust-Oleum, and I am going to do like all the other projects, give this a whitewash. Now that the piece is nice and dried, I'm using some sandpaper. This is a very light grit. I think it's 320. And I'm just going to lightly sand to get some of that white off, as I only want a little bit of whitewash on the piece. I want a lot of the wood color to come through. So I'm going to get rid of quite a bit of this paint. Now I'm using a rag to just get rid of all the dust. And this is what the piece looked like before applying a protector. Now I decided to give this piece a clear coat of the Rust-Oleum chalk paint sealer or protector. So I'm giving 2 coats of that, as I'm using this for a planter holder, and there may be some water access going on the piece. So I just wanted to make sure it was well protected. And I am in love with this planter holder. I love the rustic look that I gave it, and this will be used for many, many, many years to come.
Well, that's it for this video, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me the thumbs up. I would love to hear all your comments down below. And if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel yet, well, please do that. Until next time, have yourself a wonderful day.